So the first episode of TV Travesties did well. Now, I enjoyed making that video, but it did take me 3 months, so with this episode, I'm just gonna take it easy and take on a very recently premiered show. Because fuck watching a show aimed at children with 4 seasons and 50 episodes in each season. So instead, today we're going to be looking at the newly aired Teen Titans Sweet Vicious. Today we're going to be looking at the newly aired Sweet Vicious. It only has 5 episodes aired to this date so far, and that makes me really happy. And like I did with Degrassi, I'll give you Wikipedia's synopsis of the show first. Sweet Vicious is an American television series created by Jennifer Catton Robinson for MTV. The series revolves around the activities of Jules and Ophelia, 2 college students who secretly act as vigilantes on campus. Now, I can already hear you all saying, but that doesn't sound too bad. Well, Wikipedia does not do this show any justice. These 2 girls, Jules and Ophelia, decide to take on the task of eliminating students who have committed sexual assault. Sounds okay, right? Oh, but they only target students, so if you're not a student who's been raped or a student who has committed sexual assault, they really don't give a shit about any other form of sexual assault or victim. Is sexual assault a word? Who cares? But seriously, they deal with the issue of sexual assault horribly in this show. Jules, okay, as bad as the writing is, has a motive to why she does it, but Ophelia, she doesn't. There's no form of motive for her character. There's no background, there's no development. They never really bother to explain that one. I suppose we should look at some of the other characters and their storylines that might redeem Ophelia. Let's see. Harris, law student, no further background. Okay. Tyler, okay. Slight further background. He's an artist. That's something. And oh my god, it's Beth from Chasing Life. What are you doing here? What are you doing in a bad show? Run, my child. Run. And of course, we can't forget all the hello and welcome to my new game show that I like to call Guess the Diversity of the Rapists. Are they A, diverse in skin color, B, diverse in gender, C, diverse in age, or D, none of the above? I'll give you all a second to guess. And you guessed it, the answer is D. They're all white, young males, and I find that quite ironic that the answer's D and they're all white males, if you catch my drift there. Thanks for playing! Subnote, in episode 4, the main bad guys are a group of girls, but no rape occurred. Minor sexual assault did, though. They told a girl to strip down and then yelled at her, and then they slapped some other girls and locked them in a room. Actually, that last one wasn't sexual. It's still criminal, but not sexual. They just told them to smoke. I don't get that one. You see, instead of taking the approach of most rapists are men, but not all men are rapists, Sweet Vicious gives the idea of all white privileged young men are rapists. That go to this college, at least, and you can't tell me otherwise. And it really comes across as insincere for the message that they're trying to actually put across in the first place. They're not doing themselves any justice. And it totally panders to MTV's newest young audience. You saw their New Year's resolution for white guys video. Isn't that enough to prove that MTV are turning into BuzzFeed? This show proves it even further. This show is 100% aimed at their feminazi demographic, and not to mention how much it lays on rape culture. And if you don't know what rape culture is, as I didn't before researching for this video, instead of viewing the situation of rape in general as something that can be changed and as a society we can stop, but in regards to rape culture, rape is perceived as the way things are. And according to a lot of articles I read, don't take this as my word, take it from the articles, rape culture condones physical and emotional terrorism against women as the norm. It basically normalizes rape and physical and emotional terror. But the thing that is especially frustrating about this show is that teenage girls such as myself are the target audience for this show, and they're impressionable, and they will start to believe that any man merely accused of rape or sexual assault is guilty until proven innocent, because one thing I haven't mentioned yet is that this show doesn't look into providing evidence. They take the victim's word and go with that, and then they attack whoever the victim said raped them. That's the way this works. There's no investigation, there's no collecting the facts, and there's no seeing both sides of the story. When in an issue as serious as rape, you have to do that. It is vital and extremely important, no matter how much you want to believe the victim. People with this crazy biased, convoluted mentality is bad enough in the real world. We see it on YouTube, day in, day out, on social media, everywhere. We don't need it in TV shows like Degrassi and Sweet Vicious that further strengthen this mentality that shouldn't exist. Not to mention, considering we are always looking at TV here, this show has very limited good actors, and the ones that are completely washed out by the absolutely horrible acting that's in it. I know that MTV is not the higher standard of television. I mean, look at some of their most popular shows. And what scares me the most is every review I've read on the show is good. I've only seen so far 2 YouTube videos where people talk badly about the show and speak their mind. The rest? They're all good. They're all decent, saying how this is dealing with the issue of sexual assault and rape so well, when I personally don't think it is. But then again, maybe that could be their personal opinion. And this is mine. My personal opinion is that this show is an absolute travesty. So there you have it. That was this episode of TV Travesties. Now I know it was a little bit darker and more serious than the first one. I would also like to clarify that I'm not the most well-informed person in this. If you would like to pull me up on anything that I said that could be wrong, if I misused the term misandric or rape culture, or if you don't agree with me, please do tell me in the comments. Because at the end of the day, I'm a 15-year-old girl. I do research for my videos and I really don't do much beyond that, but I struggle to wrap my head around the idea and the definition of a lot of the stuff that I talked about here today. I read so many articles trying to get a right definition and everything seemed to be different, but I did try my best. I'm gonna keep watching the show. Maybe they're gonna prove me wrong. I want them to prove me wrong. I really hope they do at some point. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a happier tone in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and you know the drill, like, comment, and subscribe. I don't need you